Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that I'm a little late to this review. I woke up like around almost 10 a.m. and I just was drinking my coffee and yeah, I'm returning to you for the final marathon studio album review for the Veer Union's discography that I've been reviewing since last Wednesday, which is for their last album they made, which was called Decade, their fourth studio album that I just got done listening to. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I gotta say, this was actually a very awesome album, and sorry if you hear that cat meowing. Give me a moment, I'll be right back. Sorry that I paused the video. This cat just wandered in my room like crazy. Um, yeah, the Veer Union's Decade album was very awesome, like I said. I liked the first song on it, Defying Gravity. It's a banger for sure, and I'd have that on replay. The only song I was not liking so much, but was alright, was I Said. It's meant to be a nice song, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling for that song for some reason. Not that I hate it. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5, so it brought the rating down slightly from what it was going to get, which would have been an excellent rating, but it missed its mark, unfortunately. Uh, You Can't Have It All was a very good song. Watch You Lose. I like Crispin's voice in most of this album. It's very awesome with his voice. He really brings a lot of power to his voice and just enough enough with that high baritone kind of stuff, and it's very good what he with his voice. So I really liked this album a lot more than the others. um, Make Believe was a very awesome track. I really enjoyed the guitar work and the drum work in that song. um, and Crispin's voice, like I said, is very good. We All Will. I wasn't sure what to think of it at first, but it's a banger. It's not that disappointing. I think the chorus is probably the best thing about the song, but pretty much there's some parts in the verses that I don't know if I can get behind and say it's good, but I think the song did very well. So 5 out of 5 I gave that one. So I was like, okay, I guess it deserves it. Uh, and Crispin's voice was very good in that song. So uh, I Don't Care was very catchy. I really enjoyed it. The Unwanted, I think, is one of my favorite songs on the album. Uh, the Underrated, the final track, is very awesome. It delivered very well, and Heart Attack was a great one too. So there's only like 10 songs on this album, but it really delivered very well. Meaning the execution and structurally behind the album, it's very well done. I think the Veer Union really put out an amazing album for their last album they made, which has been about 5 years since their last album. So I don't know when they're going to be making their fifth studio album, but I think they're in the process of making it. Uh, but I don't know when it's coming out. It may come out this year. Who knows? But yeah, I think the Veer Union's Decade album was very good. The only song I was a little tad disappointed in was I Said. I wasn't hating it. I just felt it was an alright track. It was a standout ish kind of track from the album, taking a bit of a step down to a different direction. But yeah, everything else about the album was very heavy, and I really enjoyed the heaviness in this album, and the heavy drum work, the heavy guitar work, and Crispin's thick voice with his voice really ripping it. with his normal high baritone singing. Sounded very good. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Overall, I think the Veer Union's Decade album was an awesome album. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't heard it. I know I'm about to rate it in just a moment. I just don't really have much left to say on this album. It's a very good album. It's probably one of my favorites. Um, more than the other ones. The other ones were really good, but this one I think beats the other ones by a lot. So, yeah, and I think my favorite tracks have got to be The Unwanted, The Underrated, uh, I Don't Care, Watch You Lose, and Defying Gravity. Everything else was very good too. It's just one song that I was a tad disappointed in was I Said. That was the only song I don't know if I can get behind and say is great. Because it had some cringy moments in the song, in my opinion. But for a score, I'm going to give the Veer Union's Decade album a 9.5 out of 10. This was an awesome album. Highly recommend you check it out if you haven't heard of the Veer Union. And definitely check this album out and the previous ones before that. Because they got a good discography. Uh, a very good discography. And I really like their songs. So maybe in time I might buy their albums. Who knows? It's just right now, it's some of them are unavailable and some of them are just a little pricey. It just depends on uh pretty much which album you get or whatever. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Veer Union's album, Decade, if you've heard it. And if you like this album review that I made for you guys, the final marathon studio album review for the Veer Union's discography, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it if you enjoyed this album review and the previous ones I did before that. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can, support the channel. I will be returning to you for a water parks track review for Just Kidding, because they just dropped their new song like today, I believe, like last night at midnight. I didn't get to watch the premiere. I'm definitely gonna go check this song out. And I'll be reviewing 2 albums this coming up Friday, and I'll have a new song coming out by Friday night or whatever at midnight. I'm gonna schedule it for midnight release, so you guys will have something to enjoy come Friday at midnight. Uh, like Thursday night leading into the new day, of course. Uh, which it'll be for a song that you may actually like. It's a song I wanted to put at the last. It is the last song on my Social Animals album that I've been releasing to you guys for the past few months. But it's finally gonna be coming out May 14th. So yeah, I gotta start writing the lyrics and all that, and then I'll get the video out. I'm actually gonna get the video done tonight at least, and then I'm gonna pretty much schedule it for 2 days from now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Veer Union Decade album review I did for their last album they made, and pretty much they've just been releasing singles. So I might check out their other singles in time. It's just right now I got some other reviews to do, and I'm actually gonna return to you Monday for a Diamante, I think, if I'm saying her name right, her stage name right. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pronounce her stage name, but it's gonna be Monday, May 17th is when I'll review her new album, American Dream. So I'm gonna check that out. and give it a listen because I just downloaded it on my phone. But definitely stay safe. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this album review for the Veer Union's Decade album. And I will be returning to you for a track review in a little bit. So I'll definitely see you in my next review.